The last question, which always was worth 5 marks, is now worth 6. So this is the discriminator in the reading task paper. Basically, this is a mini essay. And what's fascinating is I'm going to talk about if it's 1 or 2 texts, because in the past it's always been 2 texts. And you'll notice that, generally most teachers will say it's going to be a 2-text question. Well, guess what? This year, 1 only. And that's through a lot of students. So be careful you don't make assumptions like that either, that you are prepared for any question that could be thrown at you. So the synthesis question, it's the last one, is a mini essay. It's the same format, scaffold that you'd use for your area of study essay to your prescribed text, except it's small. In fact, what's interesting, if you write between 1.5 to 2 pages for that 6 marker, and you do it well, and you follow a formula I'm going to talk about, you can actually easily get the marks. They'll ask you a range of questions, or could. The most common one now is a concept question. How did the text reflect the importance of, for example, discovery or rediscovery? And then there's the comparison question, which would be about what do the 2 texts say about discovery. And the last one that they've asked in previous years, they asked you to evaluate a text and which is the most effective. Interestingly enough, as I said, this year you were evaluating 1 text only. So how do you do this? A mini essay. You're going to have, remember I said you had to look for the overarching concept about discovery in the paper. And I just said it could have been rediscovery. So you're going to open with 1 or 2 sentences with a line of argument or thesis. You're not going to go, text 1 does this. You are immediately going to make a statement about discovery based on the other texts that are there, the overarching concept. Then you're going to say text 1, or whatever text you've decided to do. Once you've identified the text or texts, you're going to analyse how meaning is conveyed. First up might be paragraph 2. You're going to consider the form and structure of that text. Paragraph 3, you're going to look at the language. Now, if it's only 1 text, you're going to keep going with that. You're going to look at how language is conveyed and the meaning conveyed through it. If it's 2, move between them. Form of the first text, form of the second. Language features in the first, language in the second. And lastly, compare and contrast as you're going, and then talk about the meaning conveyed at the end. Finally, just before you put the pen down to start and then move on to creative writing, end with a very personal evaluative statement. In other words, what this text or texts, again, have shown you personally about discovery. So follow this formula, and this is so easy. Open with a thesis, and now analyse the text or texts, end with a personal statement evaluating the concept of discovery again. That summarises what the reading task is about in the area of study.